Hello. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. We're not in beautiful Colorado. Oh, can you get, where is that? That
There
way.
it is.
We're just in our room, or Melinda's room.
That's
Melinda's
right.
extra room.
Mm-hmm.
One
It's an
day,
extra room, and it makes me taller in here as
Yeah.
well. That's why I have to lean over.
it's one of the benefits of this room is tallness.
Yes.
Welcome to our channel. My name is Adine, my beautiful wife, of course, Melinda, right here, also known as Hustlin' Hooks. We're gonna share some sales. We're gonna talk about some baby mama drama without any babies, just the eBay drama. And we'll share some tips with you. Hopefully it'll help you deal with some of these. What's the nicest thing we can say about these people?
People who don't come across very kindly over the internet.
Silly bananas who we deal with from time to time. Let's
People
jump in.
who are having bad days.
Bad days, people. Let's jump into it. We have a bit of a backlog. We have 1, 2, 3 IKEA bags full of shoes that are listed that need to be put away. So I'm going to do that first, and I'm going to pull some orders. First pair sold on Facebook. They're these cloud foams from Adidas. They sold for $29 plus shipping on Facebook, and they're nice because when I picked them up, they barely needed any work. Paid $7 for them. We also sold a pair of Cole Haan black leather riding shoes. It's one of these three, 8.5B, and they're brand new with tags from liquidation. Have to be careful since we have two of the same in different sizes. These sold for $50 on Poshmark. We sold a pair of Nike Windflow 5s, women's. They're black. I think these are it right here. Yep, the Windflow 5s. And the size, yep, 7.5. These sold for $42 total on Melinda's Facebook. Really nice, clean condition. I think I got these in a private buy. Nevertheless, on average, we pay $7 for our sneakers. These Born sold for $37 shipped. They're right down here. Born is a pretty good brand overall, you know, to look out for. These are just casual slip-on shoes that we picked up at the thrift. Nice flip. It's about $10 to ship them. So on average, we make about $20 net profit on our used shoes that are kind of the basic, you know, shoes. Let's go to the blue section. These Asics, I think they're right here. The KNO's 24. You saw these sell on a previous video as well. These sold within a week for $58 shipped. We got them at the thrift store. Really nice condition overall. Definitely, again, look out for these gel KNO's. That's a really good line to sell. I think it's these right here, the Allen Edmonds Chestnut for $50 shipped. Double check the size. Yep, these are the ones. 50 shipped at the thrift. We paid $7, as you can see from the indicator on the bottom. Allen Edmonds, really good brand. They had some heel wear, but overall, really nice flip. You can see they took a while since there's a bit of dust on here, but that's okay. Shoes are a volume game, and they definitely can take time to sell. Okay, back to the leather stuff over here. There's a pair of Born. Yep, might be these ones right here. Again, these came from liquidation. These are the ones. These sold for $70 shipped on eBay. Another pair of these boots. These are Via Spiga. Never heard of them. They came out of liquidation. Their Nordstrom rack tag was $180, which is pretty high. We sold them for $60 shipped on eBay. I pulled all the clothing as well that's sold. I'll have Melinda cover that with you guys as soon as we get down. Melinda did come up and help me. Wave hi, Melinda.
Hello.
There she is. So let's go down, take a look.
Quick snapshot of some of the clothing that sold this weekend. If you remember, we got a bunch of free clothes from a woman after she ended her garage sale, and we have a number of things going out from her. This Torrid was free. It sold on Mercari very quickly, same day I think. I did take an offer of $13. They pay shipping on Mercari. These cashmere sweaters all came in the free stuff. None of them are particularly awesome brands or anything. It's, you know, Talbot's, Charter Club, like mall brands, but they are cashmere, and that tends to hold a little bit of a higher value. All 3 of these ones sold on Poshmark. They made us an offer of $57. They were going to pay shipping. We were happy to take it because, again, we don't have anything into them. Same for this sweater. Someone made us an offer on 20 on Posh. Same day we put it up after, I don't know, maybe an hour, and they offered us 20. They pay shipping. Happy to take that as well. Jeans are starting to sell again for us. Makes sense. Cooler weather, longer, thicker pants are coming out. These are BKEs. It's a brand we really enjoy selling. Holds its value very well. They're a bit of a bigger size. These also sold on Poshmark for $30. They pay shipping on that. This jean jacket was also a very quick sell. It sold within 20 minutes after I listed it. We picked it up for 50 cents at a garage sale, the same one we found all those video game consoles. It has a name embroidered on it, and it's very distressed. I mean, there's a hole in the collar, sort of starting to fray a little bit at the sleeves. All of that was, of course, disclosed, and it probably just made it more appealing, honestly. It sold for $30 on Facebook, and they pay shipping on that as well. These yoga pants also sold on Facebook. We've had these for a little bit longer. We picked them up for $4 at Goodwill. Again, longer pants are starting to sell again. Somebody bought those for $28 on Facebook, and they're gonna pay shipping on that. And then these last 2 were also pickups from garage sales, just random ones that we've had throughout the summer. But this Ralph Lauren has been selling very well for us. This is just a regular short sleeve polo that sold for $30, and we only paid about $2 or $3 for each of these pieces. And then this Nike pullover sold for $31.50, and again, only a few bucks into it. I'm also going to cover a few hard goods with you. This is a remote control for a transmitter. We paid $5 for this, and it sold for $35 on eBay. These are door handles. We picked these up at a garage sale as well. We paid $3 a piece for them, so $6. They are going to the same buyer, and they sold for $60. We'll combine shipping, and those sold on eBay. This is a cool old belt buckle. It's got the Chevy Corvette and some race car flags on there.
The Chevy Corvette logo.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the Chevy Corvette logo.
That's what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is. And we picked this up for like a quarter, 50 cents maybe, at a garage sale as well. This sold on Facebook for $26, and then they pay $5.50 on Shippy. $5.50 on Shippy. $5.50 for shipping on top of that. So buyer pays shipping.
Woo!
The next one is a bedroom set. It's for the Angelina Ballerina doll set. She's a mouse. She's part of the American Girl general merchandise umbrella. And this is her bedroom set. We got the dressers, the mirror.
It's like a foot, like a
footrest. Yep. And then this is the bed. It does all assemble correctly, but obviously we have it taken down for easier shipping. We paid $50 for a lot of American Girl doll accessories, clothes, this bedroom set, the Angelina doll, a bunch of stuff. So breaking it down, probably, I don't know, a few bucks, max 10 into this one. And it sold for $90. It was a little difficult to price because there wasn't anything recent with all of the set. So I did shoot for the high end. That's just how I roll. And it paid off, and $90 we pay ship, so we're already basically in the profit on those.
Yeah, the rest is actually right behind me. Let me show you a little bit of it. It's all in here, or it all came in here. She had a good amount of this stuff. So there are the dolls and some outfits. So we have plenty of money to be made. She wanted $50 for all of this, and then $15 for the other stuff that Mona just talked about. So we asked $50 for everything. We also picked up all these miniature pieces as well. We're going to be processed today and list. These are all vintage. Brands are kind of various, but it's all dollhouse furniture stuff.
I don't have it in front of me, but we sold some more Faltzgraf dishes. There were a set of bowls. We're already in the profit on this. We bought a huge lot. These ones in particular sold for $39. We'll pay shipping on that. This is a PlayStation 1 game. We have less than $1 into it from a bulk buy. It's sold on Facebook Marketplace for $35. This is a Star Wars waffle maker, and as awesome as that sounds and as awesome as that is, it was actually kind of a slower seller. We only paid $6 for it and it did sell for $40. We'll pay shipping on it, but depending on the price, we may or may not pick this up again because it's bulkier. It takes up a little bit more storage space.
This Hot Wheels set, it's the Hot Wheels City. It's vintage. I think the date is 1979. This one sold really fast. We actually had 2 of them from that huge toy buy that we did. The problem with this one is the condition was pretty rough. The lithographs, some of them already peeled off, but the biggest issue is that there's supposed to be 2 legs here and both of them actually broke off. So that really hurt the value. Nevertheless, it's sold internationally for $60 with free shipping. It's going to cost about $15 for us to get this to Kentucky, and then it'll ship from there. The other one that we had sold for $90 shipped. It was a much better condition than this one.
These shoes sold this morning on our eBay store, and I just had to be in the loft for something anyway, so I just grabbed them and we're going to ship them out. Wanted to put them on this video though because it's a really good brand if you're not familiar with it. Haflinger, that horse head is their logo, and we've sold another pair of these that had major heel tread wear on them before, and those still sold for $40. These ones sold for $45. We'll pay shipping. Just quick sellers, and they hold their value very well in the resale market.
We're done with shipping now. Luckily we had our neighbors drop off some of these longer boxes, which worked out great for boots. Hopefully these people who bought them are cat people, because these are some sort of cat people boxes.
I actually wrote a note on there that they're from a cat-free home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cat-free home for sure. Here's the rest of them, just USPS boxes. The false craft fit in that box there, nicely padded. And then of course, the more items we can put in poly mailers, the better, because it's cheaper. Typically, it weighs less typically, and it's much faster to package that way. So that's done. Oh, here's one more big one. I don't remember what's in here, but oh, the Hot Wheels stuff. So that's done. Let's so packaging is done. We're gonna keep listing. We'll get into some eBay drama here shortly. Tell you a little bit about what's been going on with a couple of different transactions that are worth noting, because I think it'll help others hopefully deal with similar situations in the future.
So this is a tale of international intrigue and suspicion. Do you remember many weeks ago when Adine bought out this lady's collection of 8-tracks? I do. There was a lot of 8-tracks. So we bundled them together. We don't come across 8-tracks as reference very often, okay? So as you can imagine, we didn't really have multiple sets of bulk lots of 8-tracks in our sale. In fact, just to set the basis for this, we only sold the 1 lot of 8-tracks. The only lot of 8-tracks, the only 8-tracks that we had in our house, around our house, possibly even in our neighborhood, because there are 8-tracks. So somebody from Australia orders the 8-tracks. Great. We know which 8-tracks they are because they're the only 8-tracks that we have. So we packed them up and we shipped them off. These were going to Australia through the global shipping program. And this is now after our 30-day return window, where we get a ding for a negative review that was left from the guy who ordered the 8-tracks. And very vague, just buy elsewhere. What? But why? So we reach out, of course, that's the first step. Always, if you get a negative review, even if you think it qualifies for something that eBay can take off, generally they're always going to ask you to work it out with the buyer. So we just do that first thing. Send them a message. Hey, notice you left us a negative review. What's up? And goes on to say that he hadn't received the tapes yet. So then, in addition to that negative review, he opened a return case and he said, had not received them yet. So he left us a negative review even before he had gotten the product, which just does not seem fair in any way, shape, or form. So we can definitely understand that's a big delay of delivery, but you're also going around the world, almost the whole way around the world. So it was going to take longer. I get that's frustrating, but that shouldn't really ding on us, which we professionally pointed out to this person. And then we'll scroll the conversation here. I won't read it word for word. I'll just give you the rundown of it. So really almost just after he leaves us this review and starts the return, they're magically delivered. But then he says, now that they're there, he doesn't close the return case. He says that they're not the 8-tracks he got. Well, then somebody else sent him some 8-tracks because they were the exact same 8-tracks that we bought and sold. Because, as you remember, we only have one set of 8-tracks. We don't keep spares lying around. He had the only 8-tracks, which is what we pointed out to him. We said these are the only ones we had for sale. You got the same ones. Just keeps going back and forth saying these are not the 8-tracks that I ordered. We 100% know that those are the 8-tracks that he ordered, at least from us. So we just basically say that, and he keeps asking us for photos. He's like, send photos. And we're like, of what? You have the 8-tracks now. And he's like, they're not the ones. Yes, the ones. Well, then send me photos. So it goes around and around, and essentially he just, says BS. And we point out, you should contact eBay customer service because at this point, there's nothing we can do for you. And we did end up blocking this guy. He was pretty aggressive and ended up swearing in one of the messages, which is always works in your favor for eBay. Pointer on that is no matter how heated they get, if you maintain a professional tone, that will always work in your favor. Because if you have to go to eBay and ask for help and you're also sort of embroiled in this, it doesn't look good on you either, and they're not really going to be apt to help you. We originally put in to, the eBay bot or whatever that gets these requests to have a negative review taken down. And at first they came back and said, no, it doesn't qualify. But then, sure enough, today we get the notification that it had been removed. So great news all around. He got his money back through the global shipping eBay program or whatever, but it didn't have to come out of our account, which is just a bonus perk of being a top-rated seller. So it worked out in the end, but it was just ridiculous. So you may have times where you run into these situations where you're like, you're lying. I know I'm right. Just cool, calm, and take it to eBay.
Not true to size. Negative review. This is another nonsensical negative review, so I'm just going to walk you through what we're going to do about it to try our best to get it removed in hopes that this actually helps somebody out there that might be dealing with something similar. So I think historically over roughly 1,700 reviews total between our two accounts, we've received maybe 5 or 6 negative reviews, and most of the time we've been able to remove them with the exception of one. The one that we could not get removed was, again, after the 30-day window. We didn't do anything wrong. The guy bought a replacement motor, then said that it started smoking and it didn't work after return window. And we tried to remove it, and eBay was like, no, you should work it out with the buyer. It's like, well, we did. We told him there's nothing we can do for him. So that one is still a blemish on our account, whatever, life moves on. The drama I wanted to talk about on this one was this not true to size one. It was on a lot of pink clothing, and they basically, that's it. That's all the review they left. They said it's not true to size. So true to size is one of the dumbest things that you deal with as a reseller when it comes to shoes and clothing, and you get that question often. So all of the time, the way we answer it is that we don't know if it's true to size when somebody asks. In this case, it just didn't fit them. So instead of them reaching out to us, and maybe they're a newer user on eBay and they don't quite understand what's going on, which is often the case when you get a negative review, they don't know how else to deal with it. So they're just like, well, I'm not happy, so negative review. I don't care how that affects you. Now note that eBay will always send you a note that says, well, look, a negative review doesn't actually, it doesn't affect your seller performance, which that's fine. If it doesn't affect your metrics, great. But it's still a blemish and it still doesn't look good. 100% positive over a lot of reviews is much better, in our opinion, than a 99 or a 95 or whatever. So always do your best to try to negate these reviews from happening, and when they do happen, fight for your right and get them removed. So in this case, we already talked to the buyer and said, hey, listen, you can just return it. We're happy to give you your money back. No big deal. Please, change your review to neutral or positive, as we've done nothing wrong. It's not our fault that it doesn't fit true to size, whatever that means, right? We don't know what that really means to each individual body. They totally ignored us. We sent them the request. All they're supposed to do is click the link, change the review, be done with it. They never responded. So what we're going to do is open up another case. What's happened with recent cases on eBay, just like Melinda shared with you, we usually get the robot response. It's like, oh, this doesn't qualify for removal. If it doesn't, try your best to get a hold of eBay either through their Facebook website. They have a Facebook eBay help, page or whatever it's called, or click around on their website until you find a section under frequently asked questions or under help where it says have us call you, and then talk to a human and have them fight for you. Do the best you can. So anyways, to keep it brief to the point, we're going to go ahead and protest this one as well. Hopefully it works out. We'll keep you guys posted in future videos. But those are some of the things that you'll deal with eBay as an eBay seller. It just happens. It happens to everyone. Like Melinda said, keep your cool, be professional, say thank you, please, communicate with the buyers as much as you can. Hopefully that chat that I popped up while Melinda was talking will help you guys kind of understand how to, structure some of these comments and sentences, and just look, be fair, but be to the point and be thorough, and don't let somebody just walk over you because they say something like, oh, fix this, and this is BS, and whatever, right? Whatever anger management issues they're having is not your fault. Hopefully they're just having a bad day. Hopefully they don't treat everyone like this. And if it is your fault, swallow your pride, admit to your fault, do the best you can to make your buyer happy, and move on with it. Hopefully those tips help you guys. You look so small. Look how small you look. This room has opposite effects depending on who sits in this thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll take either, I guess.
She's that size normally. I'm just a giant. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys spending time with us.
Absolutely. And hopefully there's something in here that was either entertaining or educational.
Yeah, that's a good
Either
mix.
or. Doesn't need to be both.
It doesn't have to be. Thank you guys again, and until next video, take care.
Take care.